those terms for you. So the transect is basically, in this case, as near as we can get it, a single heading straight line across the seafloor. Visual means that we are using the video data that we're capturing as a scientific tool that scientists ashore will later analyze with computer algorithms. And the geo part is that they are using those algorithms to essentially, via the percentage of sediment coverage that has accumulated over the seafloor, to get an estimate of the age of the rock formations that we're flying over.
Can you show me on there where the geotransect waypoint is?
If we take a zoom out from
the pink triangle.
If we take a zoom out from this close up of this,
they want to go around skirting it. Is that the?
Nicole said go straight over it.
Roger. Okay.
So if we take a zoom out from the seafloor, we're currently operating at a depth of, let me see, just over 3,000 meters.
Yeah.
Hercules and Argus are on the seafloor exploring. The Nautilus is floating above them, and that's where you can hear these voices coming to you from.
3,000 meters.
We on the ship are operating in the eastern Pacific Ocean, approximately 180 kilometers off the coast of North America, just where Oregon meets California.
Give you my jacket.
I'm good. I'm just trying to make fire by friction on my legs at the moment. So
I have 2 extra sweaters over here too. I'm not wearing.
I'm good. I'm good. It's keeping me awake. It's the time I need it.
I've got a lighter and some tinder down in the lab. If you'd like. Didn't we have some kind of fire the other day or something? Or something smoke up?
I just need to open up one of these rack panels and then just nestle my legs in. That will get them nice and warm.
There you go.
Hey, video.
Hey. Oh. Oh. There you go.
Oh,
Nice
hey.
jacket.
Thank you very much. U.S. Naval Academy. Thank you very much. What an honor. Thank you very much, Alex, in the navigator's seat.
You're welcome.
How's it fit?
A little bit snug across the shoulders. There's a little bit of a size difference between us. I'm a bit of a linebacker. Alex is a little bit more of a cornerback. Actually, when I used to play American football, I was more of a defensive end. So another great question on Nautilus Live is what's the maximum amount of time that Hercules can be down exploring without having to return to the surface? I know that dives as long as 48 or I think sometimes even 72 hours have been undertaken, but we've got a lot of experience on the front row of the control van at the moment. I was just going to ask you guys, what are some of the longest dives you've executed with Hercules?
I think that I was actually on the longest dive with Hercules, which was about 74 hours.
Okay.
Wow.
Part of that one, yeah. Yeah, I think we could have just kept going. Everything was fine.
Was it the humans who were giving out?
No,
Okay.
no, we just go round and round. That's actually when everyone likes it because they get pretty into their routine and
Okay, that's a good point. Yep.
It's just we're up here and going round and round and everyone enjoys it. So actually the longer the dives are, it's when people enjoy those rather than the shorter dives, what wears people out.
That's true, because with the shorter dives, as well as conducting the dives, as soon as the ROVs are on deck,
Yeah, it's super
you guys
busy
have to
and,
keep working.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think that actually was at Endeavour.
Okay.
Yeah, we were doing some photogrammetry of a bunch of the big vents there.
Wow.
So we were going up and down and taking
Yeah.
video all the way around all of these big vents.
That's incredible. That's a
Yeah.
pretty intense place to operate for 3 days straight.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was fun. It was very challenging, and just a dance the whole time. So
Right.
the navigator, 2 pods were just constantly talking the entire time because we were just continually moving the ship and making sure things were safe and having to really coordinate the effort on doing that. It was a lot of fun though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be great to find out the data from that, to see kind of what data products were produced.
Yeah, no, I've actually I've seen some renderings of it, but not like the finished product.
Okay.
But, yeah, it's pretty cool. You get like a 3D image of the vents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for those of you on Nautilus Live who aren't familiar with it, pardon me, Endeavour is one of the, I guess, the poster child for deep ocean hydrothermal vents. These huge black sulfide towers that can be, you know, as high as 30 to 40 meters.
Roger, thank you.
But theoretically, the ROVs could stay in the water for, you know, indefinitely. I mean, the limiting factor is just the boat and weather and stuff, but
Yeah, weather's a factor. As long as the vehicle's healthy and you don't have any issues, yeah, there's really no reason why I just can't stay down there.
yeah.
Alex, would you mind zooming out a little bit there? Just so we can get an understanding of what's ahead. That's great. Thank you.
So I just want to shout out to those of you on Nautilus Live following us around the world. We've got the night owls now in North America and Europe. And I think we've got a couple of friends following us in Central America and the Caribbean, Costa Rica, and I think it was Bermuda did I see there. And then for those of you watching us in New Zealand and Australia, I guess it's heading into your early to mid-afternoon. Similarly for,
Roger.
let me just take a zoom on you guys here. I guess that's a couple of you in Japan as well watching us.
Yeah. Yep, it looks closer than it is. I think we're fine there. Yeah.
Europe's just early morning, right?
Let me
Good thing
see.
to keep, good
8 hours
eye to
ahead.
keep on though.
Yeah, early morning, 7, 8 in the morning there.
I'm still coming up.
Roger.
John, it looks like the toothpaste that you were talking about.
Yeah.
You brush your teeth with that?
The micro beads, you know, gets the ones made out of apricot seeds, you know, gets the stuff off your teeth. I don't know.
But if you ever get a chance to just look on YouTube for undersea pillow lava eruption, it's amazing to see how it comes out. And then once you've seen that and can see the scale of these formations here, to just get a sense of all that cumulative activity over the, well, that's what we're here to do, is to work out over how long a time period these pillow lava formations might have formed over.
Pillow.
Yeah. I hadn't made that connection yet, but yeah, thank you.
I'm actually wide awake. This is... Sorry.
I was going to say,
Get choked up about this, sorry.
this is not a recording. We did not pre-record this segment and go to bed several hours ago.
Hey, if you're not tired, welcome to come help us out at 4 a.m.
No, actually, you know, the having the watch schedules, sleeping enough in the, you know, off hours, it's not a problem.
You sure? You sound like you want to help out.
Sound like what?
Sound like you want to help out at 4 a.m.
Oh, no, I mean, that would be off of my watch schedule. So. But
See
I'm
if
all
it-
set for 8 to 12 every day at night.
8 to 12 is when we go back down, right?
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's 8 to 12, 8 tomorrow, 8 a.m., right?
Yeah.
So you'll be here for dropping it in. Actually, it'll be same crew.
See you guys here, same time, same place.
Extra chocolate. Fix the mezzo a bit there. The display is quite...
So we're now seeing again more of these glass sponges that we've seen a lot of through this evening's geotransect. Those large white structures anchored to the pillow lavas.
Change my heading a little bit.
Well, this is interesting, Josh. Someone's actually posted me the tweet, I should say, from that 74-hour dive.
Oh, okay.
And
cool.
apparently I was on that cruise.
Oh, you were, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't.
Yes, you were.
I didn't realize it was that long. Wow. I remember.
What year was that again?
2017. That was
last
June
2 years.
2017.
Okay, yeah.
I remember it was a pretty intense dive schedule, but
Oh, the ONC ones always are.
yeah, it was a lot of fun. A great introduction to the Nautilus.
That was with Herc?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, well, it's not called the Neptune Observatory anymore. I think they renamed it.
Yeah,
but
renamed it, yeah.
yeah, but to actually spend, 2.5 weeks exploring this huge undersea cabled network and all of the amazing technology they have was The toughest thing was before I put so much pressure on myself to learn what all the acronyms were.
I'm still trying to figure them all out.
Yeah.
There's actually a lot of acronyms with this NASA grant. I still don't know them all.
Okay.
Hey Alex, can I ask you to try playing around with the mezzo again on the Herc side and just increasing the gain, or just is pretty dark?
Well, you're going downhill, right?
Yeah, I'm going downhill, but when we were even going uphill, it was pretty dark still.
Yeah.
So
Oh, you're getting some hits there.
yeah. Probably when we get to more in front of us topology, we'll see it more.
So
But
as you fall downhill, you're not going to see as much, right?
right, but on the way up, it was just
Still a little.
there wasn't like nothing.
Wasn't giving you what you wanted.
Wasn't what I wanted.
I want more targets.
I'm a demanding customer.
No targets is a good thing.
It's true. It's true.
As long as it's real. Don't freak out.
Don't freak out, but
I'm at full iris right now.
Roger. Yeah, I need to come down a little bit. But we're also going down slope.
Yep, we're going downhill. Just for a little bit.
So just to answer another quick question on Nautilus Live, one that we get very often, but that we're always happy to answer is, and that is how I can join the Nautilus as an intern. The first place you should go to is a website called oet.org. That stands for Ocean Exploration Trust, so that's oet.org, and that's the organization that operates the Nautilus. Once there, if you click on the tab at the top that says Education, it will take you to a page that describes the various intern opportunities on board the Nautilus. So that includes ROV engineering, video engineering, navigation, and ocean science. And also opportunities for educators, whether formal or informal, to join as a science communication fellow. That was the route by which I joined the Nautilus. And I guess among us in the room this evening, we've got, I guess many of us have actually come on board through these opportunities. So Sarah, you were a video engineering intern last year, is that correct?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Alex, our navigator, he's here as a navigation intern from the US Naval Academy in Annapolis.
That's correct.
And Megan, are you in? Oh, Jessica was an ROV intern as well. I didn't realize. I'm finding out all the history here. This is cool. What year did you join us, Jess?
My first year was in 2015.
Okay.
Yeah, me and Jessica were both interns on the same cruise in 2015.
Yeah. And now you're science manager, Megan.
That's right.
Yeah. So were you an ocean science intern? Was that your route?
Yeah, I think I was an ocean science and seafloor mapping intern at the time.
So we've actually got all 4 of the internships. We've got video, ROV, navigation, and ocean science here. That's pretty cool.
Represent.
Yeah.
Nicole, didn't you start as an intern too?
I was hoping that we would point that out. Yes, I did. I was a PhD student, but I'm not sure I would have gotten in as an intern these days. It's pretty.
It's a tough thing, yeah. There's no way I wouldn't make it as an ROV intern for
invited as part of another lab through an less formal internship process. Those were good days, though. Carefree days. Navigation intern.
Carefree days.
If it's any consolation, I get the same feeling when I look at our current crop of PhD and master students that come in. They are, they seem so much more capable than I ever was. So so certainly check out oet.org, and depending upon your background, put in an application. Don't be shy.
And then there's the other way is the science communication fellow.
Yep. As I mentioned, that's for either formal or informal educators. So what we mean by that is you might be a teacher at a, say, elementary, middle, or high school level, or you might be, in my case, a university professor. But also we have people who work as interpreters in museums and aquaria. We have science writers. We have people from many different backgrounds. And if you have any doubts about applying as a science communication fellow, just apply and let the Ocean Exploration Trust make up their minds.
It's generally a good rule of thumb for most applications.
Yeah, don't hold yourself back.
Hey Jess, I have some guidance from shore.
Roger.
As we come around this large mound, there is a lack of data on top, so we actually want to skirt around the east side, kind of like you are right now. So if you're able to stay there, stay on that east side, that would be great, like within the data, rather than within that gap in the data.
Okay, so just kind of keep this heading and continue over top.
This,
Yeah, continue off to, don't go over the very summit, just skirt the east side of it.
The hole in the data?
Yep.
Okay. I mean, so she wants to skirt around here.
Roger. Okay,
Got it.
so skirting that side.
this side right here.
Yeah.
Copy. Bearing 193.
Yeah, so they actually want to see that S-shaped cut that's kind of,
S-shaped
yeah, right where Alex's cursor is.
Right here?
Yep, let's try to go along that if we can.
Okay. Right here?
Yeah, even a little further east maybe. Yeah, right in there.
Right there. It's at bearing 181.
181, okay. That's coming up pretty soon, so
Yeah, you got to keep coming up.
Yeah.
Keep driving.
I'm driving still. What's the distance to that little S shape?
Distance
That's
to
fine.
S shape.
I'm full up right now.
Yep.
50 meters.
All right. So Nicole, do you want us to see if we can swing the vehicles that way a little bit? Well, since we're already kind of past, we're just kind of waiting for the catenary and Argus.
I see, yeah. I mean, if you're able to, that'd be great. I know you're kind of, you're stuck going where the ship went, which was kind of through the top, so.
Right.
If you could stay off to the side as long as you can, that'd be great. And then when we have to swing over it, we will.
Okay. So basically stay on the higher elevations until we have to drop off.
It's actually lower, right?
Yeah.
Right, sorry. Yeah, we're going to be skirting it. Roger.
Just try and stay on that bearing and we'll see how we do.
These are pretty cool rock formations.
Yeah.
Are we climbing steeply up at the
Yeah,
moment?
we're going straight
we're
up.
going straight up.
So Argus is basically past
Yeah.
Herc.
I mean,
there's Herc a little bit.
I can see the sonar. It's basically another wall then.
Mm-hmm.
Have we not gotten a Herc ping in a while? Is that, or are we? Maybe I'm looking. They're jumping around back there. Maybe. Oh, there we go. Here, updated.
Yeah, we could be kind of hidden on the backside of that hill a little bit.
Yeah.
So what's the bearing to that spot, Alex?
At 174.
174. So just start heading that way. See how far you can stretch out.
Roger.
Things got pretty exciting all of a sudden, terrain-wise.
Yep.
Big coral on the right.
Mm. Although as far as geo-transects go, this has probably been one of the more interesting ones you could ever hope for.
Yeah, so much variety.
Yeah.
Squishy.
Bearing 180.
Roger. Okay, turn a little bit. I'm gonna face the strike a bit more though.
So for our lottery winner on nautiluslive.org, yes, you can go to oceanexplorationtrust.org and scroll to the bottom of the page and just click donate. We are currently in need of a new toaster on board the the Nautilus. We unfortunately had to retire that critical piece of infrastructure halfway through this cruise.
Nobody's sadder than you, John.
I know, I know.
And there are a few of us that are pretty disappointed, but wow, those corals are so cool.
I know. Well, yeah, you can just imagine what a great spot it is for them on the edge of this cliff.
Yeah, location, location, location.
Yeah. And just a series of stunning Argus views as well as of Hercules climbing up that cliff.
I mean, these could be hundreds of years old, right?
Our corals are really slow growing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're approaching the S shape.
So just a quick question on Nautilus Live, actually from a professional marine geologist who just happens to be enjoying this amazing view with us, who's not part of the science team. And it was just asking, what's the orientation of the transect? Are we basically going perpendicular to the ridge axis, or is we cutting across it at some angle?
Right now we're perpendicular to it.
Okay, so going straight across the middle from one side to the other.
Oh, I'm sorry, parallel to it. Wow,
Okay.
it's too late for me. I'm
Pillow.
Yeah, we had been perpendicular, and now we're running along parallel to it.
Okay, thank you
Yep.
very much.
And then this is just an interesting mound feature
Yep.
before we hit what looks like a pretty flat area. So should be some interesting changes in topography.
Cool, thank you.
What do we think? Are we going to make it to the destination on this watch?
I think we will.
Alex might be able to measure, what do we have? Or, oh, it's 170 meters for the ship to get there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're a bunch behind that. It might be that they get there just as they need to come off the bottom, which would be pretty perfect timing.
So another great question we often get on, pardon me, Nautilus Live is, what's the weirdest sea creature we've ever come
Bridge
across?
nav.
And a great place to check out those is if you're on nautiluslive.org
Can you hold
already.
position, please?
click on photos and videos. Probably everybody's got their own individual favorites. We've seen some amazing sea creatures on this this Transect this evening, but probably one of them, the strangest, was the purple orb, or the stubby-eyed squid. Both of which you can see on our nautiluslive.org photo highlights. So just click photo and video and go searching through for those.
To target. Herc target bearing at 194.
So thank you for that clear answer, Nicole, just then. That was much appreciated by the contributor on Nautilus Live.
Nice to have people following,
Yeah.
always.
All right, I'm 32 up now. I'll wait 1 more minute just so we can make sure you clear it before we go down together.
Yeah, keep an eye on the sonar.
Bridge nav. Can you get a 30-meter step at bearing 320?
So for those of you following on Nautilus Live, let me give you another update as the 8 to 12 watch comes to the end of its watch this evening. So we've been exploring this evening the Gorda Ridge submarine feature. We've conducted what's called a visual geotransect, or a visual geological survey.
Yep, we're good.
Yeah, yeah, we're both going down.
Across and then along the main axis of the ridge. This seafloor location is where the Gorda and the Pacific tectonic plates meet, and some of this incredible geology that you've been watching with us this evening is caused as those plates pull apart from each other. This whole location is, well, we're operating at about 3 kilometers depth with ROVs Hercules and Argus. Above them on the surface is the Nautilus, operating in the eastern Pacific Ocean, about 180 kilometers off the west coast of North America, just where California meets Oregon. As I said, we're getting towards the end of this transect now, possibly really just at the moment when our watch finishes. As the 12 to 4 watch comes on board, they'll probably be beginning the ascent of the vehicles through the water column. That will take probably a good 2+ hours or so from this depth.
Oh, over 3, I would say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Josh.
3.5, probably.
That will put the vehicles back on deck at their predicted time of 4 a.m. Pacific time. Then the clock is ticking. The ROV teams and the science teams will be then trying to prep the ROVs for a quick turnaround. And conditions permitting, we hope to be back in the water at 8 a.m. PST, sorry, Pacific Daylight Time, tomorrow morning. And then we'll have another busy day with you guys tomorrow. Okay, we got some good news actually from Nautilus Live. Apparently one of our viewers has just gone on to an online donation site and given us $20 for a new toaster.
Awesome.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Aw, we'll have to
Thank
toast
you.
to them later.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's very kind.
Of course, we're about 180 kilometers from the nearest Walmart, so.
And it has to be 220, so.
Oh, that's right.
Ooh.
Good point. Yeah, we're on a European system
So
with
do a
the.
little Amazon hunting for that one.
Well, apparently Amazon's planning to do drone deliveries next year.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh. We might have a fee associated with our request, though. Yeah.
A little bit of a fee.
Now, I just took my FAA drone test, and according to the rules there, you need to keep visual line of sight on the drone. So
Okay.
I'm not sure that someone from land would be able to send the drone all the way out to the boat, unless they're on a boat of their own.
Yep. Ah, but that's flying drones. What about ASVs, autonomous surface vehicles?
Oh.
They
One
pretty
of
much
those
get
on
lost
the
on their
coaster.
own, so yeah, you probably want to keep an eye on those too.
Alright, we have bottom.
Okay, stop there for a sec.
No, that's really kind of you guys. Thank you very much. So we basically hopped over that mound and jumped down onto the seafloor beyond it.
Yeah, I went
Yep.
up to one side and then jumped off the edge on the other side.
What does it look like on the bathymetric map? Just like a mini seamount?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a little hill.
Okay.
Perk target bearing at 201.
2019.
201.
So it's a hill, and that was the crater?
No,
that
there's
on
just
the
like
top
a
of it?
hole in the data there.
Oh, I see.
So that's a hill. Up the hill
Okay, I
and down.
see.
So we just went down this, landed here, and now we're gonna go down.
That's where the
Nice.
Kraken lives.
Yeah.
Alex, the Kraken obviously lives in the crack.
Yeah, the crack in the data. What?
Can the data. Oh dear.
What?
You've gone pretty deep tonight, but that's a new low.
Oh.
Got the groan of success there.
Yeah. Don't leave us yet, Nautilus Live viewers. There's a fresh watch coming
Yeah,
in 15 minutes, so hold on.
And then they'll make all of these puns all over
Yeah,
again.
exactly. The 12 to 4 is usually a pretty loopy watch. That's
Oh
for sure.
boy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they've got 3.5 hours of blue water ahead
Yeah,
of them.
it'll be
Yeah.
extra loopy by the time they get to the top.
It's true.
Well, here there's a chance our ROV intern may get some initial learning opportunity on the craft arm on the way up tonight, so stay tuned for
Wow.
that excitement.
Oh, that's great. Is that Cassidy's going to
Yeah.
get to practice with that?
Yeah, it's going to be your first try, first kick at the craft arm to start to learn how to operate it.
Well, this is cool.
That's really good how you make sure that there's no downtime for them. You work them pretty hard.
Well, it's a great opportunity just being in the water column for them just to, it's kind of being like in that parking lot like we talked about before. You sort of get a chance just to run it around without any real danger.
Yep. And I remember you commenting to somebody, I think it was on an ascent last night, that it's good for them to learn with the hydraulics at depth because the hydraulics respond way too quickly as you come up through the water column and the pressure is released.
Well, yeah, that's just kind of a settings for some of our systems. They'll tend to slow down a little bit, like the pan and tilt when we go deep.
Yep.
So when we're at the surface, we sort of, on purpose, we set them to run very fast.
Okay.
So by the time we get down there, that they're not agonizingly slow when we're moving them around. But then when you do get closer to the surface, you'll see the camera moving a lot faster.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a big fish.
Yep.
I wonder how old the fish get.
Yeah, that's a great question.
I think they also get
Should we
pretty
ask him?
up there in age.
Yeah. I mean, they could be over 100 years old themselves.
I think it would take a while for them to get that big, considering there's not a
Yeah.
whole lot of food down there for them.
Yeah.
Josh, should we get the ship moving a little bit past GT5 or?
Sure.
Yeah? I think, so Alex, if you could just push us forward towards the ascent spot.
Okay.
And
harder to read the waypoints when it's so dark purple
Yeah.
out.
So I guess here we're back in that viscous lava flow that Shannon mentioned earlier, partially covered with sediment.
What was underneath us when we were going over that blue water before this bit?
What was, like, where
What
did we
was the
travel here?
topography? Yeah.
So we came along this path here, and then we climbed up this hill, that kind of skirted around this side, and then that's when it just dropped off right here. This is all downhill here.
Oh, we just went across, yeah.
Yeah, so we just, because it was so steep, it just kind of drove out and then came down.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Copy.
Yeah,
Just start going.
just track a line to that target at half a knot.
Copy. Bridge nav. Can we track a line at bearing 201 at 0.5 knots?
Yeah.
0.5, yeah.
So just to prep you guys watching on nautiluslive.org that we're getting to within about 9-10 minutes of our shift change now. So over the next 10-15 minutes or so, a new yacht watch will be taking their seats in the control van, and there'll be a little bit of a break in the communications just as various people go off SPL to brief their colleagues about the operations and what's coming on next. So bear with us as we go through that that process. None of them have appeared yet, but that will kind of start to happen in dribs and drabs over the next 10 minutes or so. I hope you guys watching have enjoyed everything this evening as much as we have. I hope you've been able to tell from our conversation that this has been a pretty neat watch for us all.
Yeah.
Couple of fives.
Oh yeah, this is a decadal event.
Momentous.
Yeah. No, it's been great fun. I've enjoyed every minute of it. Even the revenge of the air conditioning. But yeah, I think I'm going to talk to Chris, our mapping expert, and Sam, our communications lead on the Nautilus, to see if hopefully we can at least get a tweet or two out there showing the high-resolution sonar map that we've made on this Transect. I think that will make a pretty impressive visual story for those of you who've been following tonight's operations to kind of get a broader sense of where we were on the seafloor.
Shannon, I don't know if you can tell from your navigation, but we're just about at the GT5 target, so we're just going to keep the ship moving along.
That please?
I'm sorry, Shannon, did you need that repeated?
Yes, please. I didn't hold the button down long enough. Thank you.
That's okay. So the vehicles in the ship have just arrived at GT5. So that's where what we're currently looking at. just to calibrate what you're seeing to your map. And then we're moving along. We'll just keep moving probably for the next half hour until we need to start our ascent.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Awesome job picking points. This has been really interesting.
2080.
So just a quick shout out to Patrick in San Francisco. Thank you for your donation, and there's actually been a number of others. I'm pretty sure we're going to get a pretty swanky European toaster at the end of this. Maybe even one with 4 slots.
Ooh.
No more queues in the morning.
It's asking much. That's asking a lot, though, isn't it?
Sorry, I didn't catch that. Who was that?
Oh, that's me. Ah, my mic. Sorry, I haven't chewed on my mic in a while.
Okay.
Maybe we should go for one that has like a built-in bagel function.
Ooh.
Oh. Or maybe one with like the multiple, more than 2 toasts.
Or that one with the conveyor belt.
What? I don't know if we have the counter space for that one.
Yeah. I was going to say, Jessica, wouldn't we need to bring some bagels for that?
That's true. Fair point.
So is this the spot?
GT5?
Uh-huh.
It was
Yeah, this is GT5. And then we're going to keep on going to the southwest.
cool.
Towards the ascent location.
We're just going to add a little bit extra on till we get to our liftoff time.
Yes.
Hey.
So good evening to the 12 to 4 a.m. watch. This is, we're going to start handing over to them now. So thanks a lot to all of you who enjoyed the watch with us. This is 8 to 12 signing off. Thank you very much, guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Two 201. Ship's moving already, so. Half knot, correct. Hey.
Pardon me? Cool. Yep. Can't wait. Happy birthday. No. In 30 seconds is 2 days after. Like that big, long, stringy mingy.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And good morning to those that are still joining us at the ISC.
So we're going down slope, is
Good
that correct?
morning.
Morning, Shannon. How you doing?
Level flat. Okay. Thank you.
We're a little dicey around here, but man, we're excited to still be down here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's looking cool. It looks amazing. We got half hour more excitement to go.
201.
Good morning, friends.
Good morning, enemies.
Oh, good morning to all.
Good morning to all.
Friends, Ben. Nav, this is Saiwan.
Did you
Rough.
get that?
Rough. Good morning, friends. Good morning, Ben.
Oh, hi, Ben.
Hey.
Hey, just to confirm, so we've just done the watch handover, so we've just got to GT5, that's correct, and we're going to carry on. We're obviously not going to make it to our next waypoint by half midnight, so we got a ship move plugged in, we're still moving, everything's going smoothly.
Yeah,
and
so
we'll just
we're
keep
just
going.
tracking a line indeterminately.
Great.
And it's about an hour and a half for the ship and then the layback.
Okay.
It will be significant.
Great, I think, yeah, we're off sea floor at 5:30, so we will
Roger.
just carry on.
Okay.
Indiscriminately.
Indiscriminately. Well, discriminately, but an indeterminate amount of time.
Yeah, roger. Look at this micro crack. This is the coolest thing I've seen so far. In the
That is really
all
cool.
10 seconds of being in the
minute
seat.
30 seconds of, yeah, in the seat.
Yeah, the ones earlier, I couldn't tell how deep it was from the sonar. It was like...
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Couldn't
they
see the
were
bottom.
really...
That's
yeah.
cool.
I mean, I think that the sonar may not have returned pings from there, but
Sure.
the video, it was hard to tell, too. So.
Yeah, the sonar output, whatever you call that, the graphics display was really cool.
Yeah.
I was running down in the data lab.
Oh, yeah.
That's so cool.
So cool.
So cool.
They had it, like, this low altitude and really wide.
Ben, do you know what these long... Is that coral?
They are bamboo octocorals.
Oh, it is coral.
Yeah, that is coral. Sorry, Ben, I just totally jumped in there.
No.
No.
That was way... No, I'm saying that was... No. That's not my expertise at all, so...
Good thing I didn't ask you.
Sorry.
That's a larval shark. No, I'm joking.
We're still seeing loads of those stalk crinoids as well, which I'm absolutely amazed by. I think they've been pretty persistent.
The sponges?
No, the crinoids, so the kind of...
palm tree?
Yeah, palm tree looking things. So they're echinoderms, they're related to starfish.
Wow, really?
Or sea stars, sorry. Yeah.
Sea stars.
But they're crinoids, stalk crinoids.
So is starfish a word people made up?
No.
Because you just corrected yourself to
It's
say
like
sea stars.
Asteroides and
Yeah.
euphoroides. It's like two are the starfish.
Wait,
Huh.
so a starfish and a sea star are different?
No, they're the
They are
same
one
thing.
and the same.
Oh,
Sea
okay.
cows and manatees.
I would just say, yeah, just because starfish is misleading,
keep me lined
right,
up
for
at 201,
people who
please?
might think they're related to fish.
Oh, I never thought about that.
Bad use of common names. So sea star, that's probably the most appropriate.
Very appropriate.
This is
It's like a really cool formation, actually. It looks very different to what I left when we came off shift. So we had nice big Pele basalts, so this looks like...
There's a bit of crazy diversity of geology we were watching on the screen for the Transect.
Have you ever seen have you ever seen underwater, like, abandoned or thrown away carpet? This is what it looks like.
Have you seen an abandoned or thrown away carpet?
Yeah, lots of times.
Saw one in the lawn.
Looks just like a dead sponge, does it?
Well, I mean the rocks.
Oh, the rocks.
All the wrinkly rocks.
Oh, I gotcha.
You know what? These rocks make me think of it. Does anyone like need a dough for like pizza and get the flour?
Ah,
and
yeah, the
creases?
flakiness, yeah.
Yeah.
Look how long that stalked.
It's a long stalk.
Coral thing.
So I think I know the answer, but I'll double check. Am I allowed to do any rotations or zooms or camera adjustments, or is it kind of fixed? Go ahead.
It's fixed, go ahead.
Okay.
It is, unless there's direction from the ISC, but we are tracking a line and keeping a fixed field of zoom so that
Understood.
they can look at the geological, the geology and the morphology of the lava flows.
Roger that.
Lava.
I've been letting people do a quick zoom if they see something particularly awesome, though, because, you know, awesome is awesome.
Thanks,
I
Shannon.
love to
I
hear
like
that.
that. Yeah.
Made video very happy.
Makes everyone happy. I am happy about that.
All right, now everyone manifest something awesome to come into view.
Hey, are we doing Niskins on the ascent?
We do. We're going to take 3 just once we get above 2,100 meters, and then we are going to take the final 3 at 150.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, so
It's gonna be
super
a-
shallow.
Shallow.
Yeah.
Is that a super big squat lobster off to the left?
Whoa.
Looks pretty
It
mondo,
does
doesn't
look
it?
like a big squat lobster.
Good morning, Lee.
Good morning.
Susan. I have to pose to status. Are we considered in transit or exploring?
I think exploring. But also in transit. Ah, good question.
Okay, I'll put exploring. Thank you.
What's that spiky thing? It's to the left of the lasers.
Spiky thing.
Looks like a...
That is a Brazingid sea star.
Brazingid.
Brazingid. There's more sea cucumbers here as well, more holothurians. I've seen a couple of purpley pink ones, and there's a white one off to the left as well. Also echinoderms.
Now, what classification does echinoderm refer to? Is that their class or
It's their phylum.
phylum?
Yeah.
Rough-skinned.
Ah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thanks, Susan.
You're welcome.
Is this speed good for you guys?
Yeah, the speed works. I'm sure it'll speed up once the layback gets more extendoed. Do you know if K2 is still mapping?
Yeah, I think I'll be doing it for the rest of the geotransing.
Okay, sounds good.
Though I think he thought it was a shorter period of time.
Say again?
I think he thought it was a shorter period of time that we'd be doing this. But he can just leave it and have it logged.
Sure.
The only thing that's adjusted is kind of the beam angle and the range.
Sure, sure. I'm sure he doesn't have a problem staying up till 12:30. Especially with how cool it looks.
Oh, so we're
Ooh, cool sea
ascending
cucumber.
at a certain time.
I was saying, look at it, looks
Not
like
at a
a...
Yeah,
destination.
that's
I see, I see.
Indeterminate.
a little sea cucumber.
Oh.
Really cool one.
Good morning. We're off the coast of Northern California and Oregon, exploring the Gorda Ridge at the base
Is that one
of
of those
the Juan de
predatory
Fuca
tunicates?
Plate.
Ben?
What?
Is that one of those predatory tunicates off to the left?
Predatory tunicates.
Yeah, one of those big ones.
They live on stalks and they
Yeah, I don't think that's a sponge on
close
the
their
left.
coelom.
Or maybe it is.
Lee, feel free to shout out if you think you see something worth zooming.
Yeah,
Super awesome. I will.
I'm for that.
I will, but I'm very aware that I will want to zoom on everything, so I'm restraining myself.
That's why I haven't zoomed on anything
No,
yet. just 'cause-
absolutely. If I'm just like muttering to myself,
Oh, so
then just
that-
let me mutter.
That sea cucumber, I wasn't sure if it was something, and I was going to ask for a zoom, but then it was too late, and you were like, oh, look at that.
There's another one there just on the bottom of the rock.
Where?
Just going off the screen now.
Bye.